Hello everybody, welcome home and welcome back to Shmee300 Plays more Mega Man 2. So all the mini bosses or level bosses are defeated. We're going to go after the main bad guy, Dr. Wily. And I've started the episode here with a mild warning. What you're about to hear is a bit of an annoying kind of beeping sound when Wily is introduced. But it's part of the experience, so that's your fair warning. I thought about turning the volume off for it, but feel free to fast forward this if you want. It's not too long, it's just probably longer than anybody really wants. So there's Wily's lab, slash level, slash castle, slash whatever. And you're about to be introduced to the, in my opinion, the second best music track in this game of amazing music tracks. Oops. It's metal. Taking damage on the first enemy. Definitely a pro here. So I let that egg break on purpose because when you kill each bird, they actually drop a ton of fun stuff. I can't talk now all of a sudden. I just hit stop recording and then start recording back to back. Anywho, I'll work on that. But yeah, this music is pretty epic. So Dr. Wily's castle is 4 stages long, as you saw on the screen during the intro. And in my opinion, you know what? I'm not going to do that because each of these stages has their own difficulties attached to it. So I was about to say which one's the hardest, but that's also, like many of my other hot takes, are subjective. So I'm not gonna. Why would I stop now? I don't know. Felt like it. The key worth noting as well is, unlike the other levels in this game, in between Wily stages, your weapons do not refill. That is important to note. Alright, so we get to the top of this ladder, and you'll see we have a bit of a conundrum. Just nothing between us and that ladder, but open space and imagination. So we're going to bust out our item 1. So you might think the rocket would work, but you can only summon 1 rocket at a time, and you cannot get a rocket, or item 2 as it's called, high enough for you to ride across and hit, and also jump off it and get to the ladder. If I'm wrong in that, and my memory is doing me dirty, fair enough. But in my experience, that's been the case. So, okay, so I'm not going to talk at all during this because this is in my opinion, is the hardest boss in the game, because it's so easy to die, and you're going to see why real quick. This is also my rule of using only the pea shooter is going to go out the window here, in case you can't tell already. So, there's not a lot of description required here, so if you come to this part, I hope you're confident in your jumping, because that's what you need to do. Oh, so many of my Mega Man 2 runs have ended right there. So many of my runs and so much rage when I was a kid, because it just seemed so unfair that you're fighting a boss, you don't even have a floor to stand on. You got blocks hanging in the sky and a giant dragon spewing fire at you. Like, really? Alright, so Wily phase level 2. So yeah, like I said, we're on level 2 now, but nothing has refilled. So they kind of give you these refill blocks at the start of each one, just as a, I was gonna say gesture of goodwill, but since when does Wily have goodwill towards you? He's kind of the final boss. Another conundrum, nothing but death in front of you, so we're gonna throw out a rocket and ride away. There are 2 ladders coming up. The first one is the safe route, and also the, well, the less fun route. So those walls up there can be destroyed by crash bombs. However, spoiler alert, you need every single crash bomb that you've got very soon. So do not use your crash bombs. So you want to come this way for a couple reasons. Save your crash bombs, because you can see there. And you get some goodies along the way, too. You don't use item 2 much. Do you even use it ever again? You might not. Says the guy who says he knows a lot about this game. So we got a little bit of Metal Man theme going on through here with this little hallway. The metal blades work extraordinarily well here. But you also want to be careful you don't spend it all. You can refill it pretty easily because these things drop a lot of refill for crying out loud. On normal difficulty, these things drop a lot of these refilling items, so running out of metal is not too much of an issue here on normal. But on the next difficulty, it becomes a bit of an issue. Metal is the most useful item or weapon throughout the entire game, so there's no point you ever want to be out of it. Upcoming is a bit of a crapshoot. It's very tough to get between these two without touching them. Let's see if I can pull it off. Nope. Not happening. Alright, boss time now. Alright, so this boss is very straightforward. 2 of the blocks are going to come together, form a little robot, and come charging at you. Really nothing special here. Like, they went from the dragon boss to this one. Like, really? I mean, even on difficult, this is not difficult. Well, we're on 7 minutes, and that I had somewhat plans to separate the videos. Now I'm just rambling. Nope, we're gonna do all 4 of these, I think. At the very least, we might do the whole castle, but we'll see. Maybe call it a super-sode, who knows. Alright. Again, those can be destroyed by crash bombs, but don't use your crash bombs. Straight up. 3 is maybe the most useful. Go for the left one first, because you can jump back and get the right one. Let's keep our metal full. And you don't even need to bother with him. And now we got a little Bubble Man feel for this level. And some giant fish coming at you. That is not Bubble Man-esque. That is new Wily stuff thrown in. Again, don't touch the black stuff. This part, it can be tough. Mega Man falls very fast, so navigating him through that falling section can be very tough, for sure. Alright, let's metal you up. Dang it. Dang it. I have a strategy for those guys, it just didn't work. So for this dude, who is a lot easier than he looks, you just want to pull out your quick boomerangs and you're good to go. So you're going to wander up here, let him kind of materialize, hop onto his thing, and aim for his eyes, basically, and you're done. He's definitely harder on difficult, they all are, but on normal he's just a cakewalk. Alright, so first 3 levels done. We're not even at 10 minutes yet, so I think I made the right decision. I said 4 levels, I lied, I'm sorry. It's 5. But when we get to the 5th one, you'll see why I said 4. So this one is a bit longer and takes a bit more patience. You will come to see why shortly. That's how you deal with that guy. There are a bunch of false walls in this level. I'm not going to show them to you because that would just cause me damage and annoyance. So, actually, no, I'm not going to. So, right here, in front of me is false, and also right the square, my foot, half my foot is on right now is false, and you'll fall right to the floor. You don't want any of that. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've actually forgotten exactly where the false floor is above these spikes, but all I know is you start here and just jump twice, and you're good to go. After all these, that's how I've remembered how to do that room there, is you just, right from the get-go, you just jump twice and you're set. Alright, so now we got a little bit of annoyances here, a little bit of time consuming. So these parts you kind of have to wait on. This one in particular, you can pull out item 1 or something and make the jump for it, but I can just go from there. But the room after this one, you just kind of have to just suck it up and wait it out. Oops. And also be very careful as well, because you gotta hang out on this ladder for a bit and basically defend yourself while that little elevator takes its sweet time getting to you. And also make sure you don't push a button to accidentally hang on to the ladder, because you might suddenly get confused like I did during a practice playthrough and then jump off the ladder by accident and fall to the spikes and die, which you don't want to do. And just lets you rest here, you're good to go. Last one here. Obviously the way to do it is you hop onto here, hop onto the block, and then you need to hop on the platform when it's kind of midway there, but the easy way is just pull out a rocket and you're good to go. Alright, there are some of those big purple dudes here. Quick boomerangs make quick work of them. Haha, pun pun, I get it, it's funny. And then there's this guy. I don't know how you can beat that guy without taking damage. You can't avoid his bullet, you can't kill him in time, I don't understand it. Okay, so this boss takes a little bit of explaining, which I'm going to do now. So this boss is... there's no body. It's 5 guns placed on walls, some of them behind crash bomb only walls. In order to beat, the only thing that you can kill these guns with is crash bombs. There are some of the guns which are behind walls you cannot go around. Those are the only walls you are allowed to use your crash bombs on. I'm speaking very carefully and matter-of-factly because if you die in this fight after using some crash bombs, you have to come back out here and grind forever until you're able to refill your crash bombs to the max. Because there are no refill drops in this room at all, and there's no other way to refill your weapons in Dr. Wily's castle except grinding by killing enemies. So really annoying to not get this on the first try. It'll be pretty clear right away what I'm talking about. Your best friend early on when you walk in there is item 1. Avoiding the wall gun's fire is very difficult, and up until the point where there are 3 or fewer remaining. So yeah, so going clockwise, we'll call them guns 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Guns 1 and 5 are the only 2 guns. Oh, for crying out loud, I hate it when that happens. Oh, and I use the... well, this sucks. Probably gonna have to use an E-tank here, because I botched that telling you about... oh my gosh, really? Wow, this is brutal. I've not done this poorly in this fight in a long time. So we'll head over here. We're gonna use an E-tank for sure. So you make sure your aim is on, because you have again, if you waste a crash bomb, you cannot win this fight. Period. If you waste one, you cannot win this fight. So you need to make extra sure you're spot on with your shots. We're gonna use an E-tank now. I'm embarrassed I have to do it, but it's just the way it is. If your jumping skills are on point, you can make this jump without an item, like that. So yeah, destroying this wall will be very convenient, but convenience will get you killed in this fight. So you have to do it on these two. Hooah. So we got 2 bombs left. Use a wall climber. We'll dodge this one. Oh my god, I'm brutal. Fight's over. So you can see I used every single crash bomb and did not waste a single one, and I'm still out. So, there we go. Okay, we'll call that episode the penultimate, meaning it's the one before the last. And I'll show you all what happens I'll show you what happens in Wily's Castle in the next video. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll show you what this room's all about in just a second. Be kind, be strong, and be awesome. Take care of yourselves out there.